Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. You got to have my introduction. You got to have my introduction. Hang on. Ready? We're back in it, boys. We are back in it. I was afraid I was going to be there all winter. Hair of the dog that... Wait. What was the saying in Shining? Oh, I was afraid it wouldn't... He's talking with Lloyd. I was afraid they'd be there till next April. So tell me what. So I'll tell you what. You get a glass, some ice, a little bourbon. Give me a shot. Okay. So I do this channel just to keep myself occupied with, not being a ding dong. Not being a ding dong. Why is my settings not coming up? Apply all. There we go. That way we can kind of see it a little bit better. Over here is the NASDAQ to my left, to whatever, to the left. To the right is NQ. And we're doing micros. I'll tell you this much. Was I ever a micro guy? Not until recent. Dude, micros ain't a bad thing. Micros ain't a bad thing, buddy. Micros ain't a bad thing. You can lose the farm, but not lose the farm and still make money. That's what micros do. That's what micros do. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at some news real quick. Let's take a look at some news. Today's news. Trump freezes $2 billion in Harvard funds after it rejects demands. Don't know what that means. Government case against earthquake in San Diego. Thoughts and prayers go to people in San Diego. My God. Democratic lawmakers say they'll travel to El Salvador to put, I don't know what that is. Trump. A lot of talking about war. What's this, though? The BBC.com. I'll let you decide whatever that means. Trump administration has said it is freezing more than $2 billion in federal funds for Harvard University, hours after the elite college rejected a list of demands from the White House. We're not going to do it. That's what he said. That's what Harvard said. White House gave, or Trump gave this elite college, Harvard, you're going to do this. And Harvard said, no, we're not going to do it. The White House sent a list of demands. Here's what it is. List of demands to Harvard last week, which it said were designed to fight anti-Semitism on campus. Don't know what that means. You'll have to look that up. They include changes to hiring, admissions, and teaching. Since Trump was reelected, his government has tried to reshape elite universities by threatening to withhold federal funds, mostly spent on research. So it looks like Harvard's not going to be researching too much, I guess. I don't know. Harvard became the first major U.S. university to reject the administration's demands on Monday. So today's Tuesday. That was Monday, yesterday, accusing the White House of trying to control. So that's what Harvard's saying. You guys are trying to control us, and we're not doing it. So it looks like Trump will be withholding funds from, I guess, Harvard, right? Yeah. I guess that's what's going on. No, we're looking at these S&Ps. Here's what's going on. By the way, I got negative MACDs on the 15s. They are below the 0.0. I call that the pivot. Steve Kalajian called it the pivot, so I call it the pivot too. Your fives, so you got a mess right now. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. You kind of got a mess, you kind of don't. You kind of got a mess, you kind of don't. Your RSIs are overbought on your 5s, 15s, and 3s. Your 15s trying to go positive from below the 0.0. Your 5s are positive, your 3s are positive on the MACDs, but you're just, I don't know, bro. You're overbought. You're overbought. Let's look here. So that's one screen I was looking at. What else am I looking at? You guys are gonna think I'm a scrub. You guys are gonna think I'm a scrub. I have something to say. I have been incorporating the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. I have. Here's why. Here's why. I want to see what the rest of retail is looking at. I want to see what the rest of retail is looking at. What are they looking at? You know, what's going on? What are they up to? What are those silly guys up to? You know, what's going on there? So that's why I'm doing that. Sorry, I'm just getting readjusted here. These charts, I have 50,000 screens. I wish I could have 50,001 screens, but there's not enough wall. There's not enough wall. So we took out NQ took out ES. Here's E. You know what I'm going to do? Here we go. S N. Where's the N? And P futures. There we go. S&P futures right here. There we go. That way you know. Actually make it even bigger. I'll put a border around it too. There we go. S&P futures right here. This is what this is. And then this is going to be just NASDAQ, which we'll just know, right? Hopefully you guys. I'm looking here. I'm trying to see. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. Let's break this down. The only reason I'm going to focus on S&Ps is just for the SMTs. That's all. That's all I'm going to do for the S&Ps. I mean, I guess you could trade, but let's take a look here, okay? Okay, let's get down to basics here. Let's get old school. Actually, we'll go in continuous contracts. Hang on. NQ. There we go. So, continuous contracts, we had sell side liquidity right here. Took it out. And then sell side liquidity right here, which we obviously did, right? Came up pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Took them both out and then came all the way down and stopped right on this guy right here. There is a little bit of a gap right here, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a gap. Now, I am not 100%. I am not afraid to tell you, I really do not know. I do not know. But that gap right here, from there to there, is open. From there to there, from here to there, this area is open. Now, price came down right here, but it didn't close this up yet. It didn't close it all the way up. That's where I think price is going to go. Now, do I think that's based off the continuation of the contracts? You know, I think maybe I don't know. I don't know for sure. That's bullish right here. Whenever they do that, FYI, I want to show you, especially on the daily, dude. When you're coming up, here's your fair value gap. And when you're coming down to that midpoint and then you're bouncing off, that's bullish. That's bullish. Came down to this. This is called a BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency on that fair value gap, in case you ever want to know. BISI, SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. The best thing for anybody. Looking at this real quick. Looking at this. Okay. The best thing for anybody to do is just to look it up on YouTube, his movie or his videos, ICT's videos. I'm not sitting here telling you, oh, I know everything, because I don't. I'm just saying, like, you know, Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm looking at. Here's what I'm looking at. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. I just am bullish right now. Not 100%, but kind of, yes. I want you to see something real quick. I want you to see what I see. I want you to see what I see. Right here and right here is a volume imbalance on the daily time frame. Okay. Opened right here on the daily, came down, came up. It's sitting right there on the volume imbalance. I wish there was a way I could just, let's type it in. Daily VI. Daily VI. Right there on that. So I want to see, it did come down. Man, dude. Okay, so that's going on. So that's going on. We got some trend line liquidity right here. I do not like trend lines. I like to look at that. But here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. Here's the 15-minute time frame. Big something's going on right here. Look, right here. Boom, boom, boom. And we will identify that as a 15-minute, not a fair value gap, an inversion fair value gap. A bullish inversion fair value gap. Okay. Here's the SIBI. Came down. Here's the BISI. Well, no, not a BISI. No. It closed above this inversion. So if we can get, but see, then you're playing with fire right now. Look, you got a volume imbalance right here. You cannot forget about those. For me, that's what I'm saying. You can't. What we can do is we can quadrant it. I don't want to leave that right here. I don't like that right there when it's sitting like that. No, that's no bueno. That's no bueno. That's no good. You're positive if you're into this type of thing, which, you know what? I'm not really into the MACDs. I'm not. I'll tell you one thing I have been getting into, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll tell you the God's honest truth. And I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. There's a lot of things. I was super pro ICT. I still am. I love him. I love ICT. Okay. All I'm going to do is do this. Fixed range volume profile. I know. Okay. I know. Go from there to 414 is technically one more close. Okay. Right. Look, guys. So this is Monday right here. All this whole area right here, this little area is Monday's price action. I wish that I could make this screen bigger. I'm going to have to babysit this. Okay. Whatever. Here's point of control from yesterday. And it hit right there and backed off. Now look. Now you have your value area low right there. Value area low of Monday's price action at 18,879.25, ladies and gentlemen. So what do you do there? And that causes a bit. Okay. So here is your 15. I am going to wait for a little bit of a pullback on this 15. I need to go to micros anyways. Micro NQM2025 right here. I want to wait. And it's 9:23. I will be back. Let's check some other things out real quick, okay? Let's check some other things out. So where's price is at 957 right now. Wait, no, it ain't. Yeah, 18,957. 18,957. 18,957, dude. We're not even gonna have. We may, unless price wants to start moving, we are not even gonna have a 30-point opening range gap or new day opening gap. Do not quote me on that. I think regular trading hour gap is what I'm calling opening. Regular trading hours gap and opening range gap. I thought opening range is from 9:30 to 10, and I may have butchered that. I know what it is. I just don't know the vocabulary on it. Sometimes I forget these types of things. So it's going to be a tight market. If it's anything like of 80 points, if you got a regular trading, here's the thing. If you got a regular trading hours gap of 80 points, and this is, do not quote me on this. Do not. ICT said 50, do not quote me on this. 70% of the time, the market goes to the midpoint of the new week opening gap. No, not new week opening gap. Regular trading hours gap. Regular trading hours gap. Okay. So, and that's between, I need to get off 15 minutes anyways, but okay, 70% of the time, price will come to 50% of the regular trading hours gap between 9:30 and 10. Or maybe that was just, I don't know. Maybe it was just like, oh, it's all day. Maybe, if we can stay above this right here. My only problem that I'm having, I'm going to be honest with you. What's this? Wait a second. No, wait. We never even had that. We never even had that gap right there. Okay. I am not going to show this, but I am going to show this, and I cannot believe I'm showing this. I cannot believe I'm going to show you this. But there's the VWAP, which was true day open, midnight, Eastern Standard Time. Right there. Okay. Right there. So this is, this is pretty smooth, smooth little trend line too, to where algorithms are going to want to kick that out. Okay. I guess I'll keep it up. I want to see what price is going to do real quick here. Market opens in 3 minutes. I will be right back. All right. Here we are. Here we are. Got some more coffee. Got more coffee, Jackie. Got more coffee, Jackie. All right. All right. There's that inversion fair value gap. I didn't like that though. I didn't like it. That inversion on the 15. We don't like those boys. We don't like those boys. We got to be careful with those ones. You know what? Here. I just wonder if we I guess you can kind of see that more. Yeah, there we go. Maybe if I do a little bit of this. What's this? I don't want to press that. What's this do? No. No. Yeah, something like that. Maybe. It actually looks pretty good. And I kind of zoom out, keep an eyeball on it. Keep an eyeball on it. Oh. IRS. Is it? Yes. Okay, here we go. It's the bell has rung. Ring, ring, ring. Where are you guys at? Still in bed. All right. All right. Okay. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Now we're ready. Now we're ready. Let's look at, what is this? Regular trading hours gap? No. I want to go on, I could go on the 1 minute. Let's go on the 1 minute, guys. Let's go on the 1 minute. Keep it real cool. Let's keep it real groovy. We have enough time. We have all day to trade, ladies and gentlemen. All day to trade, ladies and gentlemen. All day to trade. We're going to go to 9:30 to 4:14. All right. I like that. Value area high 166.50. 166.50. Value area, no, point of control of that. It's 19,407. Wait a second. Let's do something real quick, boys. Let's see if we can't keep this old school here real quick. Let's look for some SMTs. I have to kind of do two things at once here. I kind of have to get my chart here and do this. And then I got to kind of do this a little bit. A little bit of that. Yeah, okay, I zoom in. Well, I can't zoom in right now. I got to do this. Asia looks like it's going to be taken over here. Let's look here. The fives are getting smoked. The 50. Oh, okay. Here's what's going on. Your fives, your 15s, your fives, and your threes are positive. You're rolling hot right now. You're rolling hot. Ew. If you can get in, yeah, you're rolling hot. It's going to take out buy side liquidity at 54.63. So if we can get a pull, well, I don't think we're going to get anything like a pullback, but maybe we will. Who knows? Let's look here. One. Okay. Let's mark this out on our calendars here. I am still going to be bull. I don't like that I took that out. Wait a second. Hang on. Higher high. Oh, yes. Oh, nope. That's not presented fair value gap. That's not fair value gap. It's not fair value gap. Nothing yet. Okay. Ooh, we have a little. That's tough, man. That's tough. I want I could right here. Look, right here. This lower low. I know. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Higher high right there. It doesn't look like it, but it is. I want to see. That's an. I want to see what price is going to be doing here. It doesn't look too. These tariffs are bonkers, ain't they? These tariffs are bonkers. What's on the 1 minute? Your value. Oh well, there you go. Your point of control is at 047. You got your value area high from yesterday at 19,167. Your MACDs on everything's positive. Okay, so if you can get 8, well, yeah, I have to be careful how I say that, but I have to be extremely careful how I say that. No. 18,950. 18,953. Come on, baby. That's technically I mean, I'm gonna have to wait. 18,953. I want to see what happens at 18,953. That's gonna be a big boy. That's gonna be a big boy. 18,953s. Ooh, gotta wait. It's not, there's no structure really there that was. Ooh. This is a mess. Look at these equal lows. It did take out Asia. I'm not gonna like lie about that, but you got some lows down here at on on ES. Okay, there has not been a first presented fair value gap yet. A lot of volume up in this area. A lot of volume. It just doesn't look quite. I don't want to go against the trend here. I don't want to go against the trend. Not when everything's positive. Not when your MACDs, you know what I mean? Not when everything's going hot, dude. It's running hot right now, dude. It's running hot. It's 9:37. We have plenty of time. Life is good. You know what? I tell you what, life is actually really good. It really is. It really is, you know. Hey, what, boys? We have ups and downs. We have ups and downs. You know, that shit's going to happen to you no matter what you do. You know, it's just going to happen. But life's good. Life's good. And we're going to continue to move forward. I think that 15-minute inversion fair value gap that we looked at right here was your bread and butter right there. But at the same time, I don't know. I wasn't that sold on it yet. You're positive on everything right now, bro. You're rolling 91s on 15s, 92 on 15s RSI, which is whatever. Still bullish, man. Really bullish. Really bullish. You know, part of me is saying, ma'am, that 15-minute, or the 15-minute, no, the daily volume imbalance could have been the, you know, the girl right there, man. Really. Trump said that we're not going to give Harvard any money and the market goes up. You know what I mean? How's that work? So I'm real picky and choosy. I'm not even. I'm just sitting here right now, dude. Honestly. Yeah. Here's an area of consolidation. Let's take off our thing. Here's Asia's consolidation. Boom, boom, boom. Consolidation. And then London takes it out. And just before market open, takes it out. Takes Asia's low out. Sell side liquidity too. So, that's what it does. Takes out the people who are going short. And it takes out the people going long. So now all the orders are filled. And then it goes consolidation, expansion, and then retrace or consolidation, expansion, reversal, or retrace. In which it did both, and then did that, and it took out both. But yeah, we have to wait here. We got to wait. We're rolling hot, dude. It's hot right now. You're not, see how you're 95s, you're 95 on RSIs. So this is just, it's 940. It's 940. What I think we're going to have to do is we are going to have to wait until the macro comes, the 950 macro, which is in 8.2 seconds, 20 seconds, 8 minutes, 20 seconds. We can draw out our first percent fair value gap. We can do that on the 1 minute, right? Yes. Yes, we can. I will count this volume imbalance as well. And I'm going to get my magnet. Okay. A little bit of that and a little bit of this. Excellent. Excellent job. Excellent. And we'll extend this to the right. And we will call it Tuesday first presented fair value gap. I want to color that a little bit different though. Yeah, I guess this, and we'll make this that color. Extremely bullish right now. Really bullish. I would not stand in front of this train. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I make these videos, is so we can all just calm down. And we can all be in the same boat together. Now, let's look at, I see something right here. I see a swing high right here on the 1 minute on NQ. There's swing high. So we'll call that buy. Nope. We'll call that buy side. And I'll lock that baby in right there. So there's your buy side. Real low volume here at 19,112 yesterday session. I think that's going to play a little bit of a part. 19. I'm going to draw this out too. I'm not scared. Then I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get this sticker, and I'm going to go eyeball. I'll put it right here. right there. If it takes out buy side liquidity right here, I want to see what this low volume node or this low volume area has to say about it. I want to see if it starts acting up. Starts acting up a little bit. But the buy side's right here, though. That's for sure. That's for sure. That buy side's for sure. For sure right here. If we can get, I tell you what, if we can come down, I tell you what. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's look at a possibility for an optimal trade entry, okay? It'd have to drop pretty good, man. 029s. I'm looking at 029s. Ooh, maybe if I go like this. Nope, that doesn't help at all, does it? I'm gonna go. It's definitely. That would be the order, man. That'd be a lot of pushing. I think 029.50s. I'm gonna put a paper trading long by one right here at 50%. Let's look at that. And then let's look at right here. So 19030s. $19.030s, 030.50 on the first presented fair value gap. Now, is there volume imbalance right there? Yes, there is. It did tap it. Oh, did it just tap it a little bit? Yes, it did. I'll be damned. Okay. It did just a little bit right there. Okay. Well, it's kind of wanting to Fibonacci it and do a little Fibonacci in it, but it's okay. It's all right. If we missed it, we missed it. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about that too much. That'd be a 1 minute. That'd be also be a, oh yeah, duh. We're on the 1 minute. Yep. Yes. There it goes. There it goes. I see you. I see you. I see you. I know. I see you. I see you. Yep. We missed her, boys. We missed her. ICT always talked about that too. Just put it right on the fair value. He did. I can't be mad at that. I should just put it in, but I mean, a hope and a prayer we can. I'm not chasing shit no more. I'm not chasing it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm done chasing price and getting burnt. So if it wants to come back, you know what? If she wants to come back home, she's going to come back home. But if she doesn't, then let her go, dude. Let her go. For real. That buy side liquidity, 095.25. It's ripping ass now. If it can leave that double top, I wouldn't be so worried about it. If it could leave that double top, I wouldn't be so worried about it, which it's doing right here. Right there. Bets are off if we take out buy side. I'm taking off my bet. My bet. Well, then again, I'm just yeah. Right? Nope. We're going to do a little bit more. Almost there. Come on, baby. 19.095 buy side liquidity right here. They're gonna want to smoke that real quick. And I mean right there. Okay. Right there. And then my eyeball was on 19.113. I want to see if there's anything. I'm not going to take a short right there, but that Let's take off our oh dude, that was bullish, bro, when it did that. When it did that, dude. I mean, dude, that was running pretty hot. When it came out, when it came up and just barely touched it, I should have known better. I should have known better. I honestly should have known better. I should have put it right on the fair value gap and I didn't. That's okay. That's okay. I played the Fibonacci. You know what? I'm not too worried about it because I played it like an optimal trade entry, just a continuation retrace. But you'll have that, dude. You'll have that on the big job. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I want to see what's going on. I want to see. $9.50. So here comes the macro. We're in the macro territory now. You did take out a swing high right there. So could this theoretically, you got buy side liquidity up here at the I don't know if we're going to count that, boys. I don't know if we're going to count that. Oh, hang on. Here's your inversion. I mean, I don't know if you wanted. Oh, wait, never mind. Because that's a volume imbalance as well. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. You know, you gotta wait for the obvious, like, it's going down. Like, you know, you're waiting, man. It's all good. Just gotta wait a little bit. There it is, right there, right where my eyeball was, right there. It hit it. That's standard deviation too, as well. It hit the eyeball, right there. That yellow line. I told you. Now I want to see what happens here. Nope. You got equal height. No. I'm not interested in shorts yet. Not with these double tops up here. No. We ain't playing that game. No. Double tops on ES right now. If it could smoke it. Okay, it smoked it. Okay, very good. It took out that. Yeah, it's on the, it might, they both took out the liquidity there, boys. Took out the liquidity there, boys. Let's look on the 15s. Technically, theoretically, ooh, that's an order block on the 15s. Well, which took, it's always theoretically been kind of bullish though. 1 hour. What the hell? Wait a second. Here's relative equal highs up. No. No, dude. We're kind of bullish here. We are kind of bullish here, boys. You got to do something though here, dude. I want to see. This is where it gets tricky. I don't like how ES messes me up as far as like liquidity goes, because NASDAQ doesn't really respect the whole double bottoms and double tops and triple. It doesn't. It's a crack. It's just wild. support and resistance. Nasdaq is like, I don't know who you are. Get away from me. Boom. And it just drops it, you know? But NAS or ES is really like, oh, there's the level, there's the level, there's the level, there's the okay. But then you got your NASDAQ cousin over here, just crazy, man. Hanging out right there, man. Consolidating on top of that high right here. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder why it's doing that. Now, this to me is bearish. That to me is bearish right there. That little line right here. Anytime it does one of these, you can just assume that this and this is just going to get taken out when it makes it smooth little. But we're waiting. We're waiting. I don't want. There's a lot of things happening right now, dude. There's a lot of things happening. That 1 hour. What's your bias, Taylor? What's your bias? Are you bullish or are you bearish? Are you bullish or are you bearish? Let's look at our 1 hour. Let's just convince ourselves. Let's get rid of our eyeball. I know, I see you. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the eyeball. Relative equal highs up here, dude. Okay. Relative equal highs. And then you got garbage right here. You have a high that you let's look here. No, that's weak. Remember this? Remember that we were talking about right there? These two, this little line right here. This I want to see. Well, I'm not gonna see. I know it's gonna hit it. It's just that's just the way it goes. But right there. So this area right now, we can come down here and take that liquidity out. And then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. We'll look at it. Okay. Okay. Because that's where we're at. That's where we're at. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. You gotta wait. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. You gotta wait. Positives. 5, 3. Yeah, let's wait just a little bit. I don't like how it's consolidating above that buy side though. Okay, S&Ps did take that out. There's your, remember that guy I told you about right there? Smooth though, dude. If I'm thinking about it, oh, shorts, what's everyone else thinking about? For real. What's everyone else thinking about? They're thinking about freaking shorts. That's so. $19.070s. I'm going to do something that I don't usually do. Yeah, right there. Yes. Right there. That was actually a nice one right there. Let's see here. Let's look. Let's take a. I'm going to take a long right there. My stop loss is going to be below there. $42 at that 64, 66, 64, 66. Yeah. Let's take a gander here, guys. There's that little bit right there. I'm going to look at this again and take a long. Why is it not going through? There you go. There's a long. My apologies. Stop loss is right here. I'm taking. The reason I'm taking a long is because everyone and their dog's going to be going short right here, and I'm not. Everyone and their dog's going to be going short. You know, period. The end of story. Everyone's going to be going short right here, and I just think that's. You know what I mean? For real. I mean, you think about it. That's a lot of people right there. That's a lot of people who are going short. And to tell you the truth, I think everyone's kind of just looking forward to just wanting to get short. You know what I mean? Like catch more, of a drop. But we hit that daily volume imbalance, just kind of teeter-toting around right there. I'm trying to see momentum here. There we go. There we go. A lot of people going short right there. There's the 1 minute. Okay, there's the order. Okay, this is on 10-second though. Okay, so it's resting above there. So I want to see this next candle be pretty bullish here if it's going to sit there. There it goes. It's going to sit there and go for it. There you go. Let's see here. Let's see here. That was a good long. Even if 85. Even if we do get absolutely wrecked. Hang on, I'm just too busy babysitting here. I'm looking at this one more around. Yeah, I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish, dude. I mean, is that wrong of me to be bullish? I mean, is it? At least I'm not counter trend trading, right? I mean, we don't want the counter trend trading. I'm really bullish too because it hit that 1 minute on that first presented fair value gap and just bounced right off. You know, that's smoking pretty good, dude. That's smoking pretty good, you know, on this right here. So it was really quick at doing that. These are really, really weak highs up here. Really weak highs. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we got going on here. I think it's just wanting to distract a lot of people. I really don't think that coming down all the way to 035.50 would make much sense. You know what I mean? Six. See how it does that little number right there, that little liquidity sweep right there? That's a telltale sign right here. I'm just going to drop it right there. If it wants to come and take it out, then it can. I mean, because if it's going to come here, it's going to take that out. So it might as well just raise your stop up too. Very, 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 very difficult area right now. Very difficult area. Extremely difficult. This is a really tough time to be in the market. I'll be honest with you. This is a really tough time. This is an area where it's just doing a lot of consolidating. My lord, my lord. I'd like for it to really push out of here. It's doing it ever since that first presented fair value gap did that, dude. And then, okay, look, if we lose, we lose. But at the end of the day, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, yeah, sorry, those are relatively, those are weak highs. Okay. So I'm going to be targeting that. And then I'm going to look at the 1 hour and ew, like, what's this, bruh? Bro, what's that? You know what I mean? Okay, so that's what we're going to be aiming for. Anyways, let's go. Stopped right there. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Stop loss 080s, rolling 080s. I think that'll be okay. 080s, so we can protect that stop. And then man, dude, I got 50,000 screens going on right now. Everything's still yeah, that's weak. That's okay. 1 minute's got a volume imbalance here, right here. I want to see how it's going to react right there. Right there on the volume imbalance on that 1 minute. This area right there. I want to see how it reacts right there at 092. Well, we're going to see. Hang on now. If it's going to blitz, it's going to blitz. But if this baby wants to drop, it can. I'm allowing it to just Just real, man, dude, I really don't want to see it come down all that way, but that one. Let's see. Let's take a look here. A lot of people are going short up here, guys. A lot of people are going short up here, dude. A lot of people, especially on this drop. And now they're going to treat all this as like a big type of resistance. Let's see here. Let's see here, guys. Let's see here. Right here. Nope, nope. Price going to keep on coming down. You're on the buy side liquidity, so we're going to treat that. A lot of people are going to be going long here, but that's just bait for retail. There you go. There you go. Right there. Took that out. Hang on, boys. Hang on now, girl. Hang on. Stay there, sweet baby. Don't be treating that. Don't be treating that too much. Really? Wow. Did you guys see that? Wow. Look at that. You see that baby drop? Whoa. We're still in the money though. We're looking good. We're looking really fucking good. That thing was a Roman candle. Do you see that thing, dude? It just went. It went bam. It went bam. Trading micros, boys. Trading micros. You got it with Nasty Naz. The old Nasty Naz. She's hanging out. She's hanging out the tavern all night long. You know. Look at that. Price came down to, look at that, 81. 80. Price came down to 81.25. My stop loss was at 80.75, 50 cents. Not today, NASDAQ. Man, dude, it's been a lot of time up here, bro. And I mean a lot of time. Oh, I was going to show you. Oh, don't want to do that. Hang on. What's this? Why do I have that? Dude, they're smoking shorts right now, bro. They're smoking shorts right now. Like, bro, they're smoking shorts. Shorts are getting nailed hard. Hardcore. Hardcore nailed. Hardcore nailed. ES has got those. ES is. Can you even see my screen? No. Here. Kind of, right? There you go. Ugh. NASDAQ's got buy side liquidity up here at 491, but dude, this thing's bullish. And to tell you the God's honest truth, I don't think anybody's ready for that one. I don't think anybody was ready for that bull run. You gotta be super careful though, because you're starting to get in some territories here, boys. You're starting to get some territories. I think. Yeah. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Okay, we're going to have to babysit again here. Right here. Right there. Right there. Right there. That thing right there. Okay. Hmm. Okay. 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 Yes, 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 yes. Okay. All right, all right, all right. It said, no. Um, tell you the God's honest truth. After seeing something like that, I don't know, boys. I have to really take a hard look at this. Yeah, I had to take a hard look at that one. That volume imbalance right there was acting as resistance too. I mean, if you could get something crazy like a 106.75, I am not too. I mean, you almost got to, yeah. Look at some shorts here. Very, very, very intriguing. Very intriguing. Let's see here, guys. Let's see what happens here. Hmm. Let's see what happens here. For this, I don't like that. I'm gonna take a short and then a stop loss above here. 58. Let's take a short there. I'm gonna look at that. Yeah, that's ugh. We had an area consolidation too, and then it rolled back in there. So, we want to make sure that, we're gonna be looking at both ends of the both ends there. What's happening? Hmm. Very intriguing there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There we go. Okay. What is it? It is 617. Uh There we go. Uh okay. 79 79. What? Well, if in a perfect world it'd come up to 079. Well, hang on now. Wait a second, Jackie. 79, if it comes into, well, no, there's no way. If he comes into 80/50s, I mean, you'd be looking pretty good. You'd be looking really good. That was a good short. It just didn't look right. It didn't look right. Consequent encroachment of that Tuesday's, today's. Yeah. I want to show something real quick. This area of consolidation. When we're going for longs, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. And then it came down. I'm like, why is it necessarily going down? So I think everyone got, super, super anxious on that one. I would have liked to see the buy side liquidity get hit a little bit. Well, no, ES has got some sell side, some bad sell side liquidity. I even marked it out right here. 5413. 5413 for the NASDAQ. No, for ES. You can't even see my screen here. Isn't that what everyone's into? Is when you look at the market or market replay or whatever. Mm. Mm. All right. Still waiting here. Okay. This first, be observant here at 021. Watch out for 021s there. Yeah, 021s is going to be really interesting. 021, 023s. That's going to be a really interesting area there because it's consequent. It's that first presented fair value gap. Yeah, make sure you babysit that one right there, boys. Make sure you babysit that one right there, boys. Make sure you babysit that one right there, boys. There it is. Sitting up there, hit the consequent encroachment again. So I want all that to stay there. I want all that to stay there. I don't want to be playing no hokey pokey here at midnight here. Okay. That I'm worried about. Gentlemen. I am worried about that right there. We have to come down and break it and close underneath it. Do not hit 50% and bounce off. Please do not do that. This is where it gets really tricky, boys. It's where it gets really tricky. That is a nice push up, though. Come on. This is just, it's just a weird market, bro. That's all this is. It's just a weird ass market, bro. That's all this is. Just weird. It closed it all the way, and it's kind of hanging out right there, which makes it really weak. If it would have came up and it hit the 50%, I would have been like, yeah, we need to get out of this short. But it's going past it. Really not looking too crazy. I mean, looking here, that doji is going to fake out a lot of people. That doji right there. See that doji candle? That doji is going to mess up a lot of people. A lot of people. Oh, I just want to make sure here where we're at. That doji is going to mess up a lot. Okay, so we close right. Come on, Abigail. You see, yeah. Inversion, fair value gap. Cool. Yes, Nope. Inversion, fair value gap. Okay. There it is. Inversion, fair value gap. O20s. Yeah, the O20s were a big boy spot. O20s were a big boy spot, boys. Look at that. 255, 250s on one micro. You know, that's pretty good. This was, I don't know, 15 minutes. Yeah, 15. Oh, well. Okay. Yeah. That's a big drop. Look at that. That was a big drop. Oh, that was a big drop. I want to see something real quick. I want to see if we can't take that out. 956. 956 would be pretty nice. If we could do a 956 run. Just smoke 956 real quick. That'd be cool. That'd actually be cool. If we can smoke 956 here, let's just do this real quick. Let's take profit. Hang on. Taylor, nope, I can't, guys. There's 355 going to be. I'm not going to be. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be greedy. You know what I mean, boys? I don't want to be greedy. Just set that for yeah, set that for 926. Sell side 926. It is looking pretty good though. It worked perfectly on the first presented fair value gap. It did phenomenal, actually. Phenomenal. This area, you guys can't see it, but this area is going to be a big area of volume. All this was pretty low. Up here was pretty high. I'm not going to post it. I'm not going to put it up. Well, here, we'll just look. I mean, you kind of see it, kind of a low little area. Here's a high area right there, but then this is low. So I think 878, would be a pretty idea. 878. 878. Don't want to see that up close candle. Is that? Okay. There's liquidity right there, dude. There's sell side liquidity right there at 18,926. I mean, that's sell side liquidity, dude. That's red hot sell side liquidity. Okay. Dude, I first present fair value gap. You say it's consequent encroachment. I mean, dude, you can't get any more old school than that, dude. That's like, just gotta trust the process. You know what I mean? And correct risk management. And I think we'll be okay. It hit. Now you're in the middle of an inversion fair value gap, which is cool. It hit consequent encroachment, which is the 50%. Here's the first present fair value gap. It used it as support, came up, broke it. And then, break a structure right here. I'm still pretty content on it. Here we go, using this inversion fair value gap as support, or I'm sorry, resistance. I don't want to see too much. I don't want to see too much more action though, bro. Here's a little bit of it, a little bit right there, a little bit of an inefficiency. It could use the 01125s as resistance right there. 01125s would be a good one. 1150 would be a good area if it. Well, that's well. If you want, if you want to say, well, hang on. I need to know what it's doing here. Is it going to hit the? Is it going to hit the 1125? And then are you going to use as support? Wait a second. Then it's going to be a totally. Hit 011s. Yeah. 011s would definitely be. If it weren't, I don't like when it stops on that down. Well, it's closing it up though. It can come to 1911, 11. Just real quick, like 011s. 011s on the first presented fair value gap. It, you know what I mean? 011s. It could do 011s right there. I am 011s right here. That's going to be a big area right here. That's going to be right there. They come up just a little bit. I'm going to zoom in on it to tell you the truth. Zoom in just a little bit on those 011s. I think you got yourself something going on there. Okay, just fell short of it. I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see no more bullishness. I don't want to see no more bullishness. It can come up a little bit. 011, there you go. Stop. Now you have to stop. If it doesn't stop, then you got to kill the no. Then you got to kill the trade. This might be a fake out right here, and then it's going to drop. No. Okay. Really, yeah. We got to cut it short, boys. So 75s. We roll 75s. Now I'm not in the money. I'm not in the money at all. I mean, there's no way. That right there should have took out the sell side liquidity, in my honest opinion. Now, I know that the bodies were just going, it's kind of cheap, tell you God's honest truth. That's kind of cheap, but I guess we could have looked at, I don't know. Yeah, it hit optimal trade entry. Well, yeah, I guess no. But then I don't like how that's sitting right there though. On sell side, I don't like how it's sitting there. I do not like that. Now you're just sitting there. That's really, 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 I mean, Mm-hmm. See how it hit that consequent encroachment right there, that 50%? That's going to be your main hub right there. Is that right there? But see, here's my thing. You ready? Here's my thing. Here's where I'm at in life. Okay. I the way that's moving, this is the way my brain's been working. The way that's moving is so slow. It's getting so many people in long. And so I'm just kind of I'm not really into it. I'm not really into it. Look how slow it's going. It's not even like it's just kind of meandering, and you got sell side. Oh my Lord, have mercy. You have sell side right there. Like there's nobody's business. I mean, that's ridiculous, actually. That's crazy. I want to see what it does here I really do. I want to see what it does there. If it's going to respect if it's going to use that as an inverse fair value gap, then you guys have a deal. Okay, so we just want to take out you just want to fake us all out. Okay, and what you did, and that's okay, and that's all right. It's okay. So I want to see it. I want to see it do a little bit of drop in here. I definitely don't want to see it do. I want to see a pretty good drop here. I want to see a pretty good drop here. I'm not. No, that wick right there is way, way, way. It's just, you know what I mean? That's okay. Use that as the top wick. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Let's see let's see the 7 seconds left here. I want to look at shorts here, boys. I know I'm psycho. I know, but dude, I'm just going to do a sell. I'm just going to put the stop loss above here. I may get knocked out, but do like a buy stop up here. And let's see what happens with this. It's just you're hanging out too long. You're hanging out way too long in that first percent fair value gap. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? And I'm not considering this to be an order block at all. No way, dude. I want to see a flush. That was a bad area, bro. That was a bad area, bro. You can't be sitting there like that. You can't be sitting there like that, bro. Okay, well, you know what? If it wants to do it, then go right ahead. But I'm not going to sit there and while it's hanging out, took out a swing high. No, okay, hit your 11 and then give it a good drop. It's 10:38 Eastern Standard Time. I mean, it's just your MACDs are going to hell, but that's okay. We weren't using them anyways. I want to see a flush here. Let's get some flushes here. Let's get a good flush. I don't want to see no more. Let's get out of here. Come on. Let's go. I want to see some flushes here, boys. No more messing around here, boys. No more messing around. I want to see a good solid flush. Hung out in the first presented fair value gap. Enough's enough. Come on. You're sitting out, dude. That's a bad area right there, bro. And I'm not trying to be like, that's a bad area, dude. Dude, that's ugly. That's ugly, bro. Bro, super ugly, man. You don't want that sitting there, bro. That's dude. No way. No way. No way. No, no, no. That's a shit. That's a shit job right there. That's a shit job. What's this? Oh, well, yeah. Super, super, super shit job. Yeah, we're not, dude. No, we're, yeah, dude. We're still pushing, boys. We're still pushing, boys. I better show you the, what's that called? The, market open thing. Uh, whatever that's called. Yeah. To really see it though, like, you know what I'm saying? You're if you can get your 15s going, you'd be okay, buddy. But right now your fives, you're well, it doesn't matter. Your first percent fair value guy, dude. That was the cat's meow right there. That was a cat's uh-huh. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that up here too. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hang on. Hang on, boys. Hang on. What's your plan here, Stan? You're gonna hit okay, hit 11. It hit 11. That's that. Remember when I was zooming in? If you look past on the video, what did I do? I said 011s, 011s, 011s. I kept saying 011s. Here's what I'm going to do on 011. I'm going to put my stop loss at 011. If price comes up, dude. Sorry. You know what I mean? Price comes up. I'm not going to sit here. If price wants to come up at 011s, then let price come up at 011s. Honestly, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not at all worried about that. There's no way. I'm not at all worried about that. That was just a classic just and then I'd be looking, yeah, we're sitting right there. If anything, pretty bullish now. Pretty well. This is a dude, this is a market, bro. This is the market, dude. This is a market, dude. This is a big boy market, dude. This is not something that's like this is where the big boys come and hang out, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think what we're gonna have here is if it doesn't explode on you. I don't know. Yeah, we've seen that a mile away though, boys. We've seen that a mile away. The 011s was a good one, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, if you're going to do it, go. You can roll 24s. You can roll 24s. You can roll 24s. 24s on the 50s. You know, a buy there on the 24s, 50s. You got to monitor the hell out of it though. You know, on the 24s, 50s, if you can get a pull. If you can get a pull. If you can't, then you can't. If it's going to get anything, it's going to get anything. It's going to do 35, 75s. 35, 75 supports on the first percent fair value gap. It could do that. That was a tough. That was an area though, boys. That was an area though, boys. That was an area. That was an area. That was an area. That was an area. That was a that was an area though, boys. And first percent fair value gap really came in, bub. That really came in, bub. Really came in, bub. Now it's going to act as resistance right there. Really came in there, babe. Let's look at some. If I'm not, well, I don't want to be bearish right now because we just ripped that. And plus that doji. Look at that doji. Look at me. Okay, that's just an invitation. That's an invitation for people to go short right there. But I would love to see it really dive deep into the first presented fair value gap at around. We can actually just quadrant the damn thing. Act as an order block. Plus, there's a little bit of a 29s, 029.75, 029.75. It's, dude, this is a market, bro. This is the big boys right now. This is the big boys. And that's why we're doing micros here. We're not playing around with no minis where no. We're doing micros. We're doing micros and we're doing it really nice and easy. We're staying in the ball game here. We're staying in the ball game, I see that it did that, which is like extremely bullish. If it does take off, that would really be awesome if we could come down again. I do see that. Yeah, look at that. I'll be doggone. Look at that. That was a dandelion, wasn't it? What are we supposed to do with that? What just happened? Dude, what? Wow. Wow, man. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, what in the world? Big leagues, boys. Big leagues, man. Pot. Well, no. Don't even look at indicator. What was that? For real? What was that? Was that like news or something? Or like what? What was that, dude? I have no clue. I have no idea what that was, dude. Wow. Huh. I'll be darned. What? I can't even find the news for it, bro. Oh, here. What is it? Some Well, there you go. There's your 1% fair value gap right there. Bro, I'm confused, man. I'm confused. Your low, your high. It did come in the pretty good. Pretty good. Came in at 70.5. So that was your optimal trade entry. I don't know. I haven't done optimal trade entries in forever, bro. Forever. I just quit doing it. This is ladies and gentlemen, this is a Fibonacci market, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Fibonacci market. Something about a cargo fire. Oh. Yeah, it hit the 70. Okay, so I will look tonight at the different is there, let's look at for SMTs. Was there an SMT today? No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. I'm not seeing anything. That's big boy sell side. This is not financial advice. That's big boy sell side, bro. And it's coming up into our new week, or why do I keep wanting to say new week opening gap, that 1% fair value gap, dude, bro? That's going to be something to keep an eyeball on. That's going to be something to keep an eyeball on. All right. That is it. 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 That is it for the day. We have had one hell of a day. One hell of a day. Really odd. Sell side 18,926. Hands off the mouse, boys. Hands off the mouse. All right. Be safe, be safe, be safe, be safe.